Before I get into this, I want to thank everybody who saw the Hartford Courant article. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it below. Thank you so much for all of your support. That was such a surreal moment for me because I've wanted to be in that newspaper for so long, and I just can't believe it. And so it comes out in print on Tuesday. So I was brainstorming some ideas after I got back from my trip about traveling and how I can kind of help you guys, advise you on traveling and traveling affordably. And so I've become a pro at this. I can pack everything within literally 10 minutes, whether that means I have 300 items or 5 items. So I've got a lot of different ways that I've managed to, I feel like, properly travel. So there's a few things that are on this table. The first thing is just the largest beauty items. Right now, I've got this suitcase because I was sent a suitcase like 4 years ago, this really expensive suitcase, and it broke while I was in Istanbul. So my sister just let me bring this one home with me. This is just a normal 21-inch carry-on suitcase. I refuse to ever check a bag. Even if I get to the gate and they're like, we need to check your bag, I'm like, I never check a bag unless I'm carrying something in there, which I rarely ever do, that has like some type of larger item. That suitcase that I had that was really expensive that I didn't pay for was my lifesaver. So I think that investing in a suitcase is amazing. This is literally already broken. But the good thing about this, which is my #1 piece of advice, always get a suitcase that has a like larger zipper so that you can open it. So that's the thing. So this regular size is just like this, right? But with this entire zip, you can open it and you have an entire larger pocket. And I think that's crucial because when you're traveling, you want to be able to stick as much stuff in one suitcase. And also, if you buy a 21-inch suitcase with that zippered like pocket that expands it, that's still the like carry-on size, so it will still fit in the overhead bin and the flight attendant people can't say anything about you. I go into a panic. So I started doing this thing where I'll try and stick everything I can into my gray Herschel backpack and my suitcase, and then I will always carry a separate bag like this, just a simple cloth bag, as big as I want it to be. I've got maybe 30 of these lying around my apartment. You can get these, you can buy them for $5, you could get one at Trader Joe's, like whatever. And I'll stick this into another pocket in my suitcase, or I'll literally carry it with me in a jacket pocket, whatever. So the point of this is that when you get through security, all of the additional stuff that you had, that you've stuffed in your top or your pants or your underwear, I don't know, I've done some crazy things to get through the TSA line, you can now put into this bag. How am I gonna include like 5 pairs of shoes in this, all of my clothing, and all of this stuff? So right down the line, this is my makeup bag. This was engraved by Suki and Pop, or Pop and Suki, I think is the name of it. This is my personalized jewelry bag that my managers got me engraved for my birthday last year, which was so cute, but also it's really quite big, and I like to carry it in this. I'm not somebody who goes and likes to take all of my jewelry out and organize it. I'm really lazy. This is my brushes bag, and then this is my just main beauty bag. So this is one of my highly suggested items, and I'm a huge fan of the sample size. So I know you guys might think it's a waste of money, like why go into Ulta or Sephora and buy stuff that's sample sizes, but I'll explain why. So this is my bag with like all of the products that I carry. I always take samples from hotels, but I like to keep them all in this bag so that if I'm traveling to Europe or something, I can immediately put it into the plastic bag in security. Then we go into this stuff. So the cables, I always like to really tie them up and then put them together in a bag. So this is just one, but I'll literally fold it up all the way so that it's really tiny and then put it into one bag. And then again, when I'm traveling, I always like, if it's a long flight, to have some type of like face mask. These are really thin. You can stick these in here. It doesn't matter. And then this is just another bag as well. I always like to have one of these bags with me. This one isn't as big, but this one also has some more beauty products in it. My contacts, 21-inch suitcase. And when it comes to putting everything in, what I like to do is I always like to start with the bigger items at the bottom. This has no clothing in it yet, but I'm gonna get to clothing first after this. So I'm gonna take all of the small items and I'm really just gonna put them towards the side. So you can make them even smaller than they already are. And I don't like to stack anything. I really just like to keep one side of this suitcase for all of my bigger items and for my shoes. Put this all in here. And some of these items, if they're too big, you could obviously put in that small carry-on bag. It doesn't really matter. All like this. all of this stuff is super flat and right in the bottom. I've got a little bit of space here. I usually like to put my cables in my backpack. We'll just put these in here for the time being. Now we're gonna go into how I stick everything into my suitcase. So we've obviously got that one side with all the beauty products. I just grabbed a bunch of random stuff from my apartment right now to kind of show you guys how I'm gonna fold this. I'm gonna move this all around. But the key to sticking everything in your suitcase is making sure that it's folded properly. So I never buy those like clear bags to do all the press down stuff, whatever. I never do that. What I really like to do is sew properly and smally evaluate what size the clothing is. So this is like a pair of shorts, and then I bundle it up so quick. This is gonna take a little bit of time because sometimes you have to do a little bit of ranging, and then what I really like to do is I kind of like to press it down into the suitcase. These are all sweaters, so this is obviously not like a summer trip that I would be going on. But for these especially, these are bigger items too, so the same thing. So literally roll it, bundle it, tie it together, and then stick it also at the bottom of the suitcase and press it down really hard. This is another pair of shorts. Obviously I haven't worn these because there's a tag still on them from Levi's. Gonna do the same thing for this, and then try and keep all of the shorts together. I hate when I open my suitcase and I'm like, oh my gosh, where is everything? So this is so much better if you can put everything together so that you know where everything is. Now these are just some more sweaters too, but you guys kind of get the idea. If I had like really thin t-shirts like this, I would do the same thing. I would fold it in half, fold it in fourths, like roll it. Rolling is I think the best part of this. Rolling like the top or whatever to stick it in, because that's what really saves you space. So doing exactly like this with everything. And then you'll see, even though they're sweaters and I usually wouldn't be traveling with this many sweaters, all of the larger items will be on top, but you'll actually find that you have so much space on the bottom for the thinner items like this, or for like a water bottle or something like that. This is even a little bit more of a thinner sweater. I'm gonna take it again, roll it all the way up, and now either put this right in the corner, like right there, so it's like this. I would tie this over it, so again, these items are all held in, and then the other side is just all of the beauty stuff. Here you have like a little mini tiny example. I've got the side of the bags all in the bottom, would put like underwear, bras, whatever in this side, roll everything up, and for the t-shirts and the shoes, I would put right on the top here, always do the shoes at the end, and all the tiny t-shirts, roll them up so tiny, put them in the corners, and also stick them in some of the pockets. You guys pretty much saw everything that I do when I'm traveling. The one thing, you might think it's really simple, you just fold all your clothes. When you travel as much as me or just start traveling in general, you realize it's really not that easy. The one thing I never do is I never just lay stuff on top of each other. That just creates tons of layers. The key is to so perfectly roll everything so that it's so tiny and can fit in all of the sides of the suitcase. Another thing I didn't showcase in there is makeup wipes. I always bring these with me. I love chlorine wipes, but these right now, I don't have any chlorine left, so I have the Neutrogena ones. But again, this is a super large kind of sized package. So what I would do with this is I would probably actually stick this in my purse or my backpack, that small carry-on bag. Or another thing you could do is you could actually stick these in here. This is another great thing. Stick these in here, and then when you roll this up and put it in your suitcase, you can then take it out and stick more stuff in there. So this is rolled up and actually now in your suitcase or your backpack, whatever. This actually changed my life because I love the fact that this wallet, this phone case has so many different pockets. So the really cool thing about this is that when you're traveling, you can see right now that I have my office WeWork card in the back here and a business card. You never know who you're gonna meet. So if you have a cell phone case like this, you can put your ID right here. I have TSA pre-check, but I still have to show my ID. Or just on your day-to-day, you can put stuff in the back here. And when you're going to wherever you're going, whatever airport, if you want to have a gift card that you know is at the airport, or your debit card, or $5, put it in this case. So that was the best thing that I ever did, was buy a case like this. I obviously decorated it with stuff you guys can buy on my website, but I think that that's also a really good idea and really efficient. So I hope that helps you guys when you're traveling. Stay fearless. Make sure to check out episode 76 of This Is Life Unfiltered, my podcast that came out on Wednesday, and a new episode of Fearless Every Day will be out next week, not this week because I wasn't in town to film. So I love you guys. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.